Seniors, by the time you see this, we're going to be roughly, give or take a couple of days, 60 days away from you walking across the stage, getting your diploma, and graduating from Norte Vista High School. So, we wanted to take this opportunity in the College and Career Day just to do a quick checklist and make sure that you're ready to go. The other thing is, many of you might be in a situation, or very soon might be in a situation in the next 30 days or so, where you're going to have to make some choices between maybe a couple of different offers. If you're applying to colleges, maybe you get 3 or 4 different acceptances. Well, how do you pick which one to go for? Okay, so we'll take a look at that. And if you're thinking of a career mindset, maybe not right away, but as soon as you graduate, it's time to start looking for those jobs. So, how do you make sure that you take the best opportunity? So, the first thing that we're going to go through in the checklist, and again, in the instructions on the slideshow, it'll tell you how to make a copy so that this is your own, because we want you to have a copy of this because these are your notes. This is what you want. The first thing we want to take a look at is, am I on track to graduate? Like I said, we're about 60 days out. So the fact of the matter is, you do not have a whole lot of time. Some of you don't have a health class and you haven't finished your health class yet. Some of you have some Odyssey Wear classes you need to take care of. Some of you have some credits that need to be taken care of. Okay. Let's see what we can do. All right. You do not have time to wait. You need to make sure that gets taken care of. You want to make sure all of those opportunities are there so that you can be able to take care of business. And if that means you got to show up for a couple of Saturday academies and get that stuff taken care of, you want to put in the work so that you can get to the finish line. All right. So make sure that you are aware of what needs to happen. So if you're not on track at the moment, fill in this box right here. What do you got to do? What do you have to do? Maybe you're having some difficulties in some classes right now that you absolutely have to pass in order to make sure that you walk across that stage. What do you need to do? Take a minute, fill that section out. Another thing you want to think about, graduation activities cost a lot of money. So are you saving up? And I'm sure Mr. Hughes went over this when it went to the senior meeting or anything, but this is just a reminder, man. Make sure that you make the orders for your cap and gown. You can't graduate without a cap and gown, so make sure you get that taken care of. Is your family planning on ordering invitations? If so, what's that going to look like? What's that cost? Maybe you're wanting to go to grad night or grad bash, or maybe both, which, by the way, that's Universal Studios and Magic Mountain. If that's the case, you need to get that money down. You need to make sure you make those payments so that you're on the list. Yearbooks, literally this week, yearbooks. You got to put in a yearbook or else you're not going to get one. Okay, did you pay for that? Maybe sometimes families want to pitch in and get people class rings. Those opportunities available. And then prom, which is ticket, outfit. You got to buy a suit. You got to buy a dress, transportation, food, all that type of stuff. You got to save up for that stuff. So graduation activities cost a lot. Are you saving up? Are you able to get those paid for? Then we're talking about college and career decisions. And let me be really honest with you. Some of you guys are on a college track. You're going to start getting offers for different colleges, and maybe you'll get 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4 different college offers. Use this as a way to kind of weed through those college offers and see which one is the best fit for you. If you're a person that's not on a college going track and you're instead wanting to go for a career track, okay, cool. Use this sheet as a way to look at your different career opportunities and figure out whether or not which ones you want to pick. So the first thing we're going to tell you to do is we want you to write down what you want. Okay, it's always easiest when you have to make a decision to know what you want and have it written down. And that's why we have this on the spreadsheet here so that you can go ahead and write this down, because if it's written down, you can print it out, put it right in front of you and go, this is what I want. You can always go back and change your mind. But if it's written down, it's a little bit more solid. Whereas if you have all these offers and everything going on through your head, you might get all mixed up. You might be like, oh, crud, what's going on? And then you slip and you make a mistake. So I always like writing stuff like this down so I can keep myself focused. So some of the things we want you to consider is, what do you want out of your college or career experience? What's the vibe? What's the lifestyle that you want? Do you want a big school? Do you want a small school? If you're working somewhere, do you want to work by yourself? Do you want to work with a team? What is that lifestyle? What is that vibe that you're going for? What academics or skills are you wanting out of this opportunity? Are you wanting certain types of academic programs in a college? What are those? If you're looking at a career, are you looking at just getting a job, or are you looking at getting an apprenticeship so that you can get more skills so you can make more money? What are you looking at there? So go ahead and start writing those areas down. And by the way, when you make your own copy of this, there's only 4 dots here. But this is your list. You can make as many or as few as you need. What kind of social activities or friendship opportunities do you expect? Okay. College, are we looking at fraternities? Are we looking at certain types of clubs or groups or those types of things, or things you're going to be associated with? There you go. And then, financial aid. Okay. Seniors, that's one of the things that you're going to want to, take a look at, because your own financial situation, your family's financial situation. Okay. How much can people afford? How much can your family support you on this? Are you going to need to have maximum financial aid? Do you want to take out all of those loans? So what does that financial aid situation look like? What do those financial aid packages look like? And as you look at multiple offers, you want to look at that. So what's the deal there? If you're a college, or if you're a career track, what kind of compensation are you looking for to fund the lifestyle that you want? So take a look at that. This is all the dream stage here. Now, these next one, opportunity lists, I gave you 3. If you have more, like let's say you get 5 acceptances to colleges, well, you just copy, paste, and add as many sheets as you want. And you're going to fill it out and be like, hey, this is what's up. So school or opportunity. So let's say, hey, maybe you got accepted to Cal Baptist. Okay. So you're going to write down what kind of lifestyle it is, what kind of academics it is, the financial aid packages, social opportunities. Okay. Write all those down, print it out, and like, hey, this is what Cal Baptist has to offer. All right. So put that out. And so now it's written down. So now you have this is what I absolutely want, my dream list. And then you have the opportunities in front of you, and you can kind of post that and go through it. One important part for all of these, and guys who are working on the jobs things, this may not necessarily apply to you, but for my college people, there are deadlines. If you want to go to a certain school, you need to make sure that you fill in the paperwork and say, hey, I want to come here by a certain date, or else they drop your acceptance. If you want to live on campus, you got to put down a housing deposit check. You got to make sure that you pay for that, or else they don't hold the dorm for you and they don't hold an apartment for you. And then you want to go to this school, but you can't live there. And that's not a good thing. Maybe that's not in the cards because you're going to be a commuter student. Okay, cool. But you want to make sure that you are aware of those. If you have meal plans or other fees to consider, write that down. And then we just gave you a spot here for other things to consider. Like, for instance, maybe you're not going to live on campus, but maybe you're going to be a commuter student. Okay. Are you going to take a bus? Are you going to need to do the RTA thing? Are you going to buy yourself a car so that you can commute to and from, or anything like that? Do you need to buy a laptop? What are the types of things we're looking at here? Maybe you're doing an online program and you need special equipment for that. So that is all one right here. And we gave you 3. Okay. Same list here, same list there. And again, if you have multiple opportunities, then just feel free to copy and paste and just keep doing it. And then at that point, you have all of the opportunities, all of the information right there in front of you, and then you can make a better decision. Then if you want to include people in the decision making, maybe we were like, hey, I want to go talk to my guidance counselor. I want to go talk to Mr. Reyes. I want to go talk to Mr. Marshall or something like that. Guys who have a wealth of experience and knowledge on colleges and making decisions like that. You have all the information right there so that you can take a look at it and make some good, healthy choices there. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you feel confident in your decision, because you're going to have to live with it. So we want to give you the tools necessary to make the best decisions possible. Okay. 60 days out, seniors. It's exciting, might be a little bit stressful, but we're pulling for you. And if we can be any help, please let the rest of the staff know. We absolutely love to help you guys as you cross the finish line. Take care.